Kaveri, is designated as the Dakshina Ganga, or Ganga of the South. Kaveri River rises at an elevation of 1,341 meters at Talakaveri on the Brahmagiri range near Cherangala village of Kodagu, Kurg, district of Karnataka. The total length of the river from origin to outfall is 800 kilometers. Kaveri basin extends over states of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala and Union Territory of Puducherry, draining an area of 81,000. It is bounded by the Western Ghats on the west, by the Eastern Ghats on the east and the south, and by the ridges separating it from Krishna Basin and Pennar Basin on the north. Left bank, the Harangi, the Hemavati, the Shimsha and the Akwati. Right bank, Lakshman Tirtha, the Kabani, the Swarnavati, the Bhavani, the Noyal and the Amravati joins from right. At Hogenakkal Falls, it takes southerly direction and enters the Mettur Reservoir. A tributary called Bhavani joins Kaveri on the right bank.
Gomti or Gomati River is a tributary of the Ganga. The Gomti originates from Gomat Tal, which formerly known as Fulhar Jheel, near Madhotanda, Pilibhit, India. It extends 900 kilometers through Uttar Pradesh and meets the Ganga River near Sadpur, Kati in Ghazipur. Length, 900 kilometers. Lucknow is on Gomati. According to Hindu mythology, the river is the daughter of the Hindu sage Vashisht. Bathing in the Gomti on Ekadashi, the 11th day of the 2 lunar phases of the Hindu calendar month, can wash away sins. According to Bhagavata Purana, one of Hinduism's major religious works, the Gomti is one of India's transcendental rivers. The rare Gomti Chakra is found there.
Mahadai, called as Mandovi in Goa, is west-flowing river in the Western Ghats. It originates in Degaon village, Belagavi district of Karnataka. Mandovi River. The river flows about 35 kilometers in Karnataka and goes through Maharashtra and Goa, about 82 kilometers before meeting the Arabian Sea. Mahadai water-sharing dispute has states of Goa, Maharashtra and Karnataka vying for water from the Mahadai or Mandovi River, which flows through the 3 states. The river has a length of 77 kilometers, 48 miles, 29 kilometers, 18 miles, in Karnataka and 52 kilometers, 32 miles, in Goa. River has a 2,032 square kilometers catchment area in Karnataka and 1,580 square kilometers catchment area in Goa. With its cerulean waters, Dudhsagar Falls and Varapoha Falls, it is also known as the Gomati in a few places. Mandovi and the Zuari are the 2 primary rivers in the state of Goa. Mandovi joins with the Zuari.
It is one of 6 rivers of the Indus system in Punjab region. Punjab means 5 rivers. The Ravi has its source in Kullu Hills near the Rohtang Pass in Himachal Pradesh. It drains the area between Pir Panjal and Dhauladhar ranges. It is a transboundary river crossing northwestern India and eastern Pakistan. Length 720 kilometers. The waters of Ravi are allocated to India under Indus Water Treaty. After crossing Chamba, it takes a southwesterly turn and cuts a deep gorge in the Dhauladhar range. It enters Punjab plains near Madhopur and later enters Pakistan below Amritsar. The Ravi flows into the Chenab and feeds into the Indus tributaries of Ravi River Seul.
Periyar has a total length of approximately 244 kilometers. Periyar Basin spreads over an area of 5,398 square kilometers, 2,084 square miles, most of it in central Kerala. The river drains parts of Idukki, Ernakulam and Thrissur districts in Kerala and Coimbatore district in Tamil Nadu. The source of the Periyar lies high in the Western Ghats. It is variously claimed to be located in Kerala and in the neighboring state of Tamil Nadu. The source of the river lies in the remote forests of the Periyar Tiger Reserve. Various sources indicate the origin of the river to be Chokampatti Mala, peak on the southern boundary of the Periyar Tiger Reserve. Major tributaries are 1. Muthirpura River 2, Mullayar River 3, Cheruthoni River 4, Perinjankuti River 5. Adamala River. Minor tributaries are 1. Muthayar 2, Perunthur 3, Chinnar 4, Cheruthoni 5, Kattappanayar.
Tawa River is a tributary of the Narmada River of central India. The river rises from the Satpura range of Betul in MP. Tawa is the Narmada's longest tributary, at 172 kilometers. It rises in the Satpura range of Betul and flowing north and west, joins the Narmada at the village of Bandra Bhan in Hoshangabad district in 1958. Construction began on Tawa Dam, which was completed in 1978 in Tawa Nagar to create Tawa Reservoir in southern Hoshangabad district. 44 villages were submerged by the reservoir.
Pamba, also called as Baris River, originates at Pulachimalai Hill in the Pirumedu Plateau in the Western Ghats at an altitude of 1,650 meters, 5,410 feet. Length of river is 176 kilometers. Anjana temple is situated near this bank. The river enriches the Pathanamthitta, Alappuzha districts of Kerala state. Kuttanad, important rice cultivating area in Kerala, receives its irrigation water from the Pamba river. Pamba basin is bounded on the east by the Western Ghats as Uthayar 2, Kakkiyar 3, Kakattar 4, Kallar 5, Madatharavi 6, Thanungattilthodu 7, Kojithodu 8, Varattar 9, Kutemprur. From the northern slopes of Vindhyas at an altitude of 500 meters in Dhar district of Madhya Pradesh, Mahi is one of the major interstate west-flowing rivers of India. The river flows through Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and Gujarat, having total area of 34,842 square km. The river drains in Gulf of Cambay. The total length of Mahi is 583 km. It drains into the Arabian Sea through the Gulf of Khambhat. The major part of basin is covered with agricultural land accounting to 63.63% of the total area. It is bounded by Aravalli Hills on the north and the northwest, by Malwa Plateau on the east, by the Vindhyas on the south and by the Gulf of Khambhat on the west. Mahi Bajaj Sagar Dam and Kadana Dam are the major hydropower. Hydropower stations are located in Mahi Bajaj Sagar Dam and at Kadana Dam. Vadodara is the only important urban center in the basin. Anas is a left bank tributary of Mahi. Anas River rises near Kalmora on
the river that flows in India and Pakistan, and is one of the 5 major rivers of the Punjab region. Chenab originates from near the Bara-Lacha Pass in the Lahal-Spiti part of the Zaskar range. 2 small streams on opposite sides of the pass, namely Chandra and Bhaga, form its headwaters at an altitude of 4,900 meters. Length of river is 960 km. The united stream Chandra Bhaga flows in the northwest direction through the Pangi Valley, parallel to Pir Panjal range. Near Kishtwar, it cuts a deep gorge. It enters the plain area near Akhnur in Jammu and Kashmir. From here it through the plains of Pakistani Punjab to reach Panchnad, where it joins the Sutlej after receiving the waters of Jhelum and Ravi rivers. The waters of the Chenab are allocated to Pakistan under the terms of the Indus Waters Treaty. Pakal Dul Dam, a proposed dam on a tributary Marusadar river in Kishtwar district.
River. Its source is near Gurla Mandhata Peak, south of Manasarovar in Tibet, river of the trans-Himalayan origin. It is known as the Karnali in western Nepal. After collecting the waters of its tributaries, Tila, Seti and Beri, it comes out of the mountain, cutting a deep gorge at Shishapani. The total length of Ghagra river up to its confluence with the Gangas at Revelganj in Bihar is 1080 kilometers. The river Sarda, Kali or Kali Ganga, joins it in the plain before it finally meets the Ganga at Chhapra. The Ghagra joins the Ganga a few kilometers downstream of Chhapra in Bihar. After reaching the plain area, its stream gets divided into many branches, of which Koryab and Garwa are important. The river bed is sandy and sudden bends start occurring in the stream. The river has a high flood frequency and has shifted its course several times.
Yamuna River. Yamuna is the longest and the second largest tributary river of the Ganga in northern India. It originates from the Yamunotri Glacier on the Bandpanch Peak in the Garhwal region in Uttarakhand at elevation of about 6,000 meters. It crosses several states, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh, passing by Uttarakhand and later Delhi. Length 1,376 km. It creates the highly fertile alluvial Yamuna-Ganges Doab region between itself and the Ganges in the Indo-Gangetic plain. It is joined by the Chambal, the Sindh, the Betwa and the Ken on its right bank, which originates from the peninsular plateau, while Hindan, the Rind, the Sengar, the Varuna, etc. join it on its left bank. Tributaries of Yamuna River. Left bank river Hindan Sharda Giri Rishi Ganga Hanuman Ganga Sasur Khaderi. Right bank river Chambal Betwa Ken Sindh Tans.
Koleru Lake. Koleru Lake is one of the largest freshwater lakes in India, located in state of Andhra Pradesh, and forms the largest shallow freshwater lake in Asia. Koleru spans into 2 districts, Krishna and West Godavari. The lake is fed directly by water from the seasonal Budameru and Tammileru streams, and is connected to the Krishna and Godavari irrigation systems by over 67 major and minor irrigation canals. This lake is a major tourist attraction. Many birds migrate here in winter, such as Siberian crane, ibis, and painted storks. The lake was an important habitat for an estimated 20 million resident and migratory birds, including the grey or spot-billed pelican, Pelecanus philippensis. The lake was declared as a wildlife sanctuary in November 1999 under India's Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, and designated a wetland of international importance in November 2002 under the International Ramsar Convention.
Sun River is largest of southern tributaries of Ganga that originates near Amarkantak in Madhya Pradesh near the source of Narmada River, and flows north-northwest through Madhya Pradesh before turning sharply eastward where it encounters the southwest-northeast running Kamur Range. Its source is close to the origin of the Narmada. It passes along the Kamur Range. Length 784 kilometers. It joins the Ganga near Danapur in Patna district of Bihar. The Sun parallels the Kamur hills, flowing east-northeast through Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand and Bihar states to join the Ganga just above Patna. Geologically, the lower valley of the Sun is an extension of the Narmada Valley, and the Kamur Range an extension of the Vindhya Range. Chief tributaries of Sun River are Rihand and the North Koyal. The Sun has a steep gradient, 35 to 55 centimeters per kilometer, with quick runoff and ephemeral regimes, becoming a roaring river with the rain waters in the catchment area but turning quickly into
also called Kabini or Kapila, is one of the major tributaries of the river Kaveri in southern India. The river originates in the Pakramthalam hills at Kuttiedi Mananthawadi Road. Length 240 kilometers. It originates in the Wayanad district of Kerala state by the confluence of the Panamaram River and the Mananthawadi River. It flows eastward to join the Kaveri River at Tirumakudalu Narasipura in Karnataka. Close to the town of Sargur it forms the huge Kabini Reservoir. The backwaters of the Kabini Reservoir are very rich in wildlife, especially in summer when the water level recedes to form rich grassy meadows. Kabini Dam is 2,284 feet, 696 meters, in length with an original gross storage of 19.52 TMCFT. Kabini Dam is situated between villages Bichanhalli and Bidarahalli having distance of 17 kilometers, 11 miles 6 kilometers away from Sargur town in Hegadadevana Kote Taluk, Mysore district, Karnataka.
Mahananda River is a transboundary river that flows through the Indian states of West Bengal and Bihar, and Bangladesh. The Mahananda is another important tributary of the Ganga rising in the Darjeeling Hills. Length is 360 kilometers. Total drainage area 20,600 square kilometers. Countries India, Bangladesh, states West Bengal, Bihar. Mahananda originates in Himalayas. Paglajora falls on Mahaldiram Hill near Chimli, east of Kurseong in Darjeeling district at an elevation of 2,100 meters, 6,900 feet. It joins the Ganga as its last left bank tributary in West Bengal. Main tributaries of the Mahananda are Balasom, Mechi, Kanke and River Kalindri. Tributaries of Mahananda River left bank River 1. Tangong River 2. Nagar River right bank River 1. Mechi River 2. Kanke River 3. Balasom River 4. Kalindri River.
Rushikulia River is one of the major rivers in the state of Odisha and covers entire catchment area in the districts of Kandhamal and Ganjam district of Odisha. Source: Nayagad Hills Chilka Lake, mouth known for hatching Rushikulia River site of olive ridley turtles. Rushikulia originates at an elevation of about 1000 meters from Daringvadi Hills of the Eastern Ghats range. The place from where the river originates, Daringvadi, is called the Kashmir of Odisha. It meets the Bay of Bengal at Purana Bandha in Ganjam. Its tributaries are the Bagua, the Dhane, the Badanadi etc. It has no delta as such at its mouth. The smallest and most abundant of all sea turtles found in the world, they live in warm waters of the Pacific, Atlantic and Indian Oceans. Olive ridley turtles IUCN status, endangered, known for their unique mass nesting called Aribada, equals thousands of females come together on the same beach to lay eggs. Arisa Coast is the largest mass hatching site of olive.
It is one of 6 rivers of the Indus system in Punjab region. Punjab means 5 rivers. The Ravi has its source in Kullu Hills near the Rohtang Pass in Himachal Pradesh. It drains the area between Pir Panjal and Dhauladhar ranges. It is a transboundary river crossing northwestern India and eastern Pakistan. Length 720 kilometers. The waters of Ravi are allocated to India under Indus Water Treaty. After crossing Chamba, it takes a southwesterly turn and cuts a deep gorge in the Dhauladhar range. It enters Punjab plains near Madhopur and later enters Pakistan below Amritsar. The Ravi flows into the Chenab and feeds into the Indus tributaries of Ravi River Seul.
India, flowing eastward and joining the Bay of Bengal. River Batarani is one of 6 major rivers of Orissa, India. Major portion of its catchment lies in the state of Orissa and a small patch of the upper reach falls in Jharkhand. The river originates from the hill ranges of Kyonjar district of Orissa near Mankarancho village at an elevation of about 900 meter. The basin is surrounded by Brahmani Basin on the south and west, Subarnarekha Basin on the north, Burhabalang and Bay of Bengal on the east. The river is flashy in nature, having a total length of 355 kilometers. There is a considerable fall in elevation from RL 367 meters at Champa to RL 28 meters at Anandapur. Flooding is a regular phenomenon in the Batarani Basin. State-wise distribution of the catchment area is shown below.
Tone River. Tamsa River, also known as the Tans River, is tributary, largest, of Yamuna flowing through the Indian states of Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. Tamas rises in a tank at Tamakund in the Kamur range at an elevation of 610 meters, 2000 feet. It flows through the fertile districts of Satna and Rewa, length 264 km at the edge of the Purwa Plateau. The Tamas and its tributaries form a number of waterfalls. The river receives the Balan in UP and joins the Gangas at Sirsa, about 311 kilometers, 193 miles, downstream of the confluence of the Gangas and Yamuna. The total length of the river is 264 kilometers, 164 miles. It has a total drainage area of 16,860 square kilometers, 6,510 square miles.
An important river in the state of Karnataka flowing towards the west. The Shravati River originates from the Shimoga district of Karnataka. Shravati flows entirely in Karnataka. The river drains a catchment area of Shravati 2,209 square kilometers. The Jog Falls is created by the Shravati River, located about 24 kilometers from Sagara, are formed by this river. The river Shravati originates at a place called Ambutirtha in the Tirthahalli Taluk. The total length of the river is around 128 kilometers, 80 miles, and it joins the Arabian Sea at Honnavar in Uttarakhand district. The river itself and the region around it are rich in biodiversity and are home to many rare species of flora and fauna. Jog Falls is the second highest plunge waterfall in India located near Sagara, Karnataka. These segmented falls are a major tourist attraction. They are also called Garsoppa Falls and Jogadagundi. Jog Falls is created by. It is located mainly in Madhya Pradesh. Narmada River is also known as Reva River. The river is originated from Maikala range near Amarkantak. Narmada is the largest west-flowing river of the peninsular India. Narmada flows westwards through a rift valley between the Vindhyan range on the north and the Satpura range on the south. It rises from Maikala range near Amarkantak in Madhya Pradesh, at an elevation of about 1057 meters. The river flows through Gujarat, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, and Maharashtra, having an area 1 lakh sq.km. It is bounded by the Vindhyas on the north, Maikala range on the east, Satpuras on the south and by the Arabian Sea on the west. Its total length from its source in Amarkantak to its estuary in the Gulf of Khambhat is 1,310 kilometers. Jabalpur is the only important urban center in the basin. The tributaries of Narmada River are Kolar River, Shakkar River, Dudh River, Tava River, and Hiran River. The Godavari is the largest river system of the peninsular India and is revered as Dakshina Ganga. The Godavari basin extends over states of Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Odisha in addition to smaller parts in Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka and Union Territory of Puducherry, Yanam, having a total area of 3 lakh sq.km. The basin is bounded by Satmala Hills, the Ajanta Range and the Mahadev Hills on the north, by the Eastern Ghats on the south and the east and by the Western Ghats on the west. Godavari River rises from Trambakeshwar in the Nashik district of Maharashtra about 80 kilometers from Arabian Sea at an elevation of 1067 meters. Left bank tributaries, Dharna, Penganga, Vinganga, Vardha, Pranahita, conveying the combined waters of Penganga, the Vardha and Vinganga, Pench, Kanhan, Sabari, Indravati etc. Right bank tributaries, Pravara, Mula, Manjra, Pedavagu, Mana etc. Below Tapi, Tapti, River. The Tapti, also known as the Tapi, is the second largest west-flowing river of the peninsular India and is known as the twin or the handmaid of the Narmada. It originates near Maltai in Madhya Pradesh. River Tapi flows through three states: Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra and Gujarat. It is a westward flowing river which drains into Arabian Sea near Gulf of Khambhat. Tributaries: right bank, Suki, Gome, Arunavati and Anir. Left bank, Waghur, Amravati, Bure, Panja, Bori, Girna, Purna, Mona Dam, Kakrapar Dam, Ukai Dam, Girna Dam.
सिंधु तंत्र विश्व के विशालतम नदी तंत्रों में से एक है। इसके अंतर्गत सिंधु तथा उसकी सहायक नदियां झेलम, चिनाब, रावी, व्यास, सतलज, जास्कर, काबुल तथा गिलगित सम्मिलित है। सिंधु नदी तिब्बत के निकट मानसरोवर झील के समीप बोखरचू हिमानी से निकलती है। इसकी लंबाई 2880 किलोमीटर है। ये नदी पहले उत्तर पश्चिम दिशा में प्रवाहित होती है, फिर यह हिमालय पर्वत को काटकर दिमचौक के निकट भारत में प्रवेश करती है। सिंधु नदी भारतीय केंद्र शासित प्रदेश लद्दाख के 2 जिलों लेह एवं कारगिल में प्रवाहित होने के पश्चात पाक अधिकृत कश्मीर में बहती है। सिंधु नदी एक पूर्ववर्ती नदी है जो नगा पर्वत के उत्तर बुंजी नामक स्थल पर लद्दाख श्रेणी को काटकर गाज का निर्माण करती है। भारत पाकिस्तान के बीच हुए सिंधु जल समझौता 1960 के अंतर्गत भारत सिंधु व उसकी सहायक नदियों के 20% जल का उपयोग कर सकता है। सिंधु नदी के बाईं ओर से मिलने वाली नदियों में पंजाब की 5 नदियां सतलज, व्यास, रावी, चिनाब और झेलम, दक्षिण से उत्तर इसी क्रम में सबसे।
गंगा एशिया की एक सीमा पार नदी है जो भारत और बांग्लादेश के देशों से होकर बहती है। गंगा उत्तराखंड के उत्तरकाशी जिले में गंगोत्री ग्लेशियर से 7010 मीटर की ऊंचाई पर भागीरथी के रूप में निकलती है। गंगा का बहिर्वाह एक सीमित स्थान से एक विस्तृत खुले क्षेत्र में निकलता है, पहाड़ियों से मैदानी क्षेत्र में। ये इलाहाबाद में यमुना से जुड़ती है। राजमहल पहाड़ियों के निकट ये दक्षिण पूर्व की ओर मुड़ जाती है। फरक्का में ये पश्चिम बंगाल में भागीरथी, हुगली और बांग्लादेश में पद्मा मेघना में विभाजित हो जाती है। फरक्का के बाद इसे गंगा के नाम से नहीं जाना जाता, फिर यह मेघना में मिल जाती है और अंत में बंगाल की खाड़ी में मिल जाती है। गंगा डिस्चार्ज के हिसाब से दुनिया की तीसरी सबसे बड़ी नदी है। अलकनंदा नदी देवप्रयाग में भागीरथी से मिलती है। देवप्रयाग से गंगा नदी कहलाती है। कुल लंबाई 2525 किलोमीटर है। फरक्का बैराज पश्चिम बंगाल में 4000 क्यूसेक क्षमता वाले बांग्लादेश के 90 किलोमीटर के पास।
Ramganga river rises in the Garhwal district of Uttarakhand. It enters Ganga plain near Kalagad. Ramganga is comparatively a small river rising in the Garhwal hills near Garsain. It is a tributary of the river Ganges, originates from the high altitude zone of 800 meters to 900 meters. It has a drainage basin of 30,641 kilometers to length 596 kilometers. Cities: Bareilly, Ramnagar. It changes its course to the southwest direction after crossing the Shivalik and enters into the plains of Uttar Pradesh near Najibabad. Finally, it joins the Ganga near Kannauj. An annual festival of Ganga Dasra is organized on its banks annually during the months of September and October at Chubri village near Bareilly. Tributaries of Ramganga river: Khoaril Deoha, Gorra Gangan Kosi. Another Ramganga called Ramganga East originates from the Namik Glacier in Pithoragarh district of Uttarakhand and flows towards southeast. The river is fed by numerous small and big rivers and finally joins river Sarju at Rameshwar near Ghat of Pithoragarh. The Sarju in turn Krishna River. The Krishna River is a river in the Deccan Plateau and is the third longest river in India, after the Ganges and Godavari. It is also the fourth largest in terms of water inflows and river basin area in India, after the Ganges, Indus and Godavari. The Krishna River is the fourth biggest river in terms of water inflows and river basin area in India, after the Ganga, Godavari and Brahmaputra. It originates near Mahabaleshwar in Maharashtra and flows through Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh and finally drains into Bay of Bengal in Andhra Pradesh. Tributaries: left bank, Bhima, Musi, Munneru, Halia, Paru, Don River. Right bank, Ghatprabha, Malprabha, Tungabhadra, Koyna, Varna, Panchganga, Venganga. Important dams: Sirishalam Dam, Nagarjuna Sagar Dam, Prakasham Barrage, Almaty Dam. Important cities: Vijayawada, Srishalam, Amravati, Pune, Hyderabad. Shravati River. This is an important river in the state of Karnataka flowing towards the west. The Shravati River originates from the Shimoga district of Karnataka. Shravati flows entirely in Karnataka. The Jog Falls is created by the Shravati River, located about 24 kilometers from Sagara, are formed by the city originates at a place called Ambutirtha in the Tirthahalli Taluk. Jog Falls is the second highest plunge waterfall in India located near Sagara, Karnataka. These segmented falls are a major tourist attraction. They are also called Gursoppa Falls and Jogada Gundi. Jog Falls is created by the Sharavati River falling from a height of 253 meters, 830 feet, making it the second highest plage waterfall in India. The river basin is mostly made up of Precambrian rocks. The Davao system and peninsular gneiss are the two primary rock groups found in the Sharavati River basin.
River in India that starts and flows through the state of Karnataka during most of its course, before flowing along the border between Karnataka, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh and ultimately joining the Krishna River in Kurnool district of Andhra Pradesh. Most important tributary of Krishna River is the Tungabhadra River, which is formed by the Tunga River and Bhadra River that originate in the Western Ghats. Tungabhadra is formed by the unification of the Tunga and the Bhadra originating from Gangamula in the central Sahyadri. Its total length is 531 kilometers. Tungabhadra flows in Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. It was known as Pampa during epic period. The name of famous tourist spot Hampi is derived from Pampa, which is the old name of the Tungabhadra River on whose banks the city is built. Left tributaries 1. Tunga River, 2. Kumudwati River, 3. Varada River. Right tributaries 1. Bhadra River, 2. Vedavati River, 3. Handi River.
Tributaries of Chambal River 1. Banas River 2. Kali Sindh River 3. Parbati River. Banas River. Banas River is a rain-fed river that flows in Rajasthan. Banas means hope of forests. It originates in Khamna hills of the Aravalli range, about 5 kilometers from Kumbhalgarh in Rajsamand and flows northeast through Mewar region of Rajasthan, meets the Chambal near the village of Rameshwar in Savai Madhopur district. The cities of Nathdwara, Jahanpur, and Tonk lie on the river. Length, 512 kilometers. Kali Sindh River. The Kali Sindh is a river in the Malwa region of Madhya Pradesh, that joins the Chambal River at downstream of Savai Madhopur in Rajasthan. Length, 351 kilometers. Parbati River. Parbati River is a river in Madhya Pradesh, India that flows into the Chambal River. It is one of the Chambal River's three main tributaries, along with the Banas River and the Kali Sindh River. Length, 436 km.
आप हिमालय की यात्रा करेंगे, तो आप निम्नलिखित को देखेंगे। 2021 गहरे खड्डे 2, यू घुमाव वाले नदी मार्ग 3, समानांतर पर्वत श्रृंखला 4, भूस्खलन के लिए उत्तरदायी तीव्र ढाल प्रवणता। उपर्युक्त में कौन से हिमालय के तरुण विलित पर्वत के साक्ष्य कहे जा सकते हैं? डी 1, 2, 3 और 4।
Manasarovar Rakhas Lakes in western Tibet at a height of 4,570 meters within 80 kilometers of the source of the Indus. The river basin area in India is located in Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Jammu and Kashmir, Rajasthan and Haryana states. Out of its total length of 1,450 kilometers, it flows for 1,050 kilometers in Indian territory like the Indus. It takes a northwesterly course up to the Shipkeeler on the Tibet-Himachal Pradesh boundary. It cuts deep gorges where it pierces the Great Himalaya and the other Himalayan ranges. Before entering the Punjab plain, it cuts a gorge in Naina Devi Dhar, where the famous Bahakar Dam has been constructed. From near Firozpur to Fazilka it forms the boundary between India and Pakistan for nearly 120 km. It joins the Indus a few kilometers above Mithankot. The waters of the Sutlej are allocated to India under the Indus Waters Treaty between India and Pakistan, and are mostly diverted to irrigation canals in India. There are several major hydroelectric projects on the Sutlej, including the 1000 MW Bahakar Dam.
Malaprabha River is one of important tributary of Krishna River, which flows in Karnataka. It rises at Kanakumbi in the Belgaum district and joins Krishna River at Kudalasangama in Bagalkot district. It also flows through Davao district. Hubli city gets its drinking water from this reservoir. Malaprabha flows a distance of 304 kilometers, 189 miles from Kanakumbi Khanapur Sondati, Malaprabha Dam, Nargund Pattatkal Kudalasangam before joining River Krishna at an altitude of 488 meters, 1601 feet, at Kudalasangama in Bagalkot district. Tributaries of Malprabha 1, Benahaya 2, Hirehalla 3, Tuparehalla Pilgrimage Center. There is an ancient temple of the deity Yalama on a nearby hill. This is a pilgrimage center for thousands of devotees. Also the temples of Aihole, Patadakal and Badami are on the banks of the Malaprabha.
Punpun River is a tributary of the Ganges. It originates in Palamu district of Jharkhand and flows through Chhatr, Aurangabad, Gaya and Patna districts of the Indian states of Jharkhand and Bihar. The Punpun originates on the Chota Nagpur plateau, at an elevation of 300 meters, 980 feet, states, Jharkhand, Bihar, length, 200 kilometers, 124 miles. The river mostly flows in a northeast direction and joins the Ganges at Fatua, 25 kilometers, 16 miles, downstream of Patna. During rains, the Punpun often causes heavy flood damages east of Patna city. The catchment area of the Punpun is 8,530 square kilometers, 3,290 square miles. Agricultural area in the Punpun basin is about 5,000 square km, 1,900 square miles. The main tributaries of the Punpun are the Butane, the Madar and the Mohar.
The Poniyar is a small stream which is confined to the coastal area only. It covers a small area in the state of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. The river originates in the Nandi Hills in the Chikkaballapura district of Karnataka and flows through Tamil Nadu before emptying into the Bay of Bengal. It has a catchment area of 1,424 square miles, 3,690 kilometers too, located in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh states. Small dams of Kelavarapalli and Krishnagiri dams are built across this river near Hosur and Krishnagiri. The largest dam on this river, Satana Dam with 7.3 TMCFT gross capacity, is built near Tiruvannamalai. Poniyar Basin is bounded on the north, west and south by various ranges of the eastern Ghats like the Velikonda Range, the Nagri Hills, the Javadu Hills, the Shevaroy Hills, the Chitiri Hills and the Kalrayan Hills, and in the east by the Bay of Bengal. The river rises in the hills of the Chotanagpur Plateau and flows through a rift valley. Damodar River is a river flowing across the Indian states of Jharkhand and West Bengal. Damodar River is known as Damuda. The word Damu stands for holy and Da signifies water. Rich in mineral resources, the valley is home to large-scale mining and industrial activity. It has a number of tributaries and sub-tributaries, such as Barakar, Konar, Bokaro, Hairo, etc. The Barakar is the most important tributary of the Damodar. Several dams have been constructed in the valley for the generation of hydroelectric power. The valley is called the Ruhr of India. The first dam was built across the Barakar River, a tributary of the Damodar River. It used to cause devastating floods, as a result of which it earned the name, Sorrow of Bengal. Now the river is tamed by constructing numerous dams. It joins the Hooghly River 48 kilometers below Kolkata. The total length of the river is 500.
Luni is an endemic river. The Luni or the Salt River, Lonari or Lavanavari in Sanskrit, is named so because its water is brackish below Balotra. It is also known as the Sagarmati. It originates from western slopes of the Aravalli ranges near Ajmer. Its total catchment area falls in Rajasthan. Length, 495 km. Luni is the only river basin of any significance in western Rajasthan, which form the bulk of arid zone. Luni originates from western slopes of the Aravalli ranges at an elevation of 772 meters near Ajmer, flowing in southwest direction and traversing a course of 511 kilometers in Rajasthan. It finally flows into the Run of Kutch. It gets lost in the Maas. Most of its tributaries drain the steep northwest of Aravalli Hills and join it on left side.
Bhavani River is a tributary of the river Kaveri originating from the southwest corner of the Nilgiri Hills of the Western Ghats in Tamil Nadu. It drains Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Karnataka. It is the second longest river in Tamil Nadu. It enters Kerala through Palakkad district. It passes through the Silent Valley National Park in Kerala. 12 major rivulets including West and East Varagar rivers join Bhavani, draining the southern Nilgiri slopes.
Kaveri River. It is known as Poni in Tamil, also known as Ganga of the South, and it is the fourth largest river of southern India. It is a sacred river of southern India. It rises on Brahmagiri Hill of the Western Ghats in southwestern Karnataka state, flows in a southeasterly direction through the states of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, and descends the eastern Ghats in a series of great falls and drains into Bay of Bengal through Pondicherry. Some of its tributaries are Arkavathi, Himavathi, Lakshmanatirtha, Shimsa, Kabini and Harangi. Karnataka is readying itself to wage a legal battle in the Supreme Court against Tamil Nadu's ambitious Kaveri Velaru Vaigai Gundar river linking project. Tamil Nadu is trying to utilize surplus 45 TMCFT of water. Karnataka government says, this project is not in accordance with the Interstate River Water Disputes Act. According to the Act, surplus water should also be adjudicated and the tribunal has to decide on it.
Vagai is a river in Theni, Andipatti and Madurai, Tamil Nadu state of southern India. It originates in Varusanadu Hills, the Periyar Plateau of the Western Ghats range, and flows northeast through the Kambam Valley, which lies between the Palni Hills to the north and the Varushanad Hills to the south. The Vattaparai Falls are located on this river. South of the Kaveri Delta, there are several streams, of which the Vagai is the longest. The Vagai Basin is an important basin among the 12 basins lying between the Kaveri and Kanyakumari. Vagai is 258 kilometers, 160 miles, long, with a drainage basin 7,031 square kilometers, 2,715 square miles, large. Vagai drains an area of 7,741 square km, which entirely lies in the state of Tamil Nadu. The main tributaries of the river Vagai are the river Surulyaru, the river Mullayaru, the river Varaganadi, the river Manjalaru and river Kridumal. All these rivers.
Sabarmati River is a combination of two streams, the Sabar and Hathmati. The river is flowing through Rajasthan and Gujarat, having an area of 21,674 square km. It originates from Tepur in Udaipur district of Rajasthan. The total length of river from origin to outfall into the Arabian Sea is 371 kilometers. Left bank tributaries, the Vakal, the Hathmati and the Vatrak. Right bank tributaries, the sea. Projects, Sabarmati Reservoir, Dharoi, Hathmati Reservoir and Mashhur Reservoir project are major projects completed during the plan period. The basin is bounded by Aravalli Hills on the north and northeast, by Run of Kutch on the west and by Gulf of Khambhat on the south. The major part of basin is covered with agriculture accounting to 74.68% of the total area. Rainfall varies from a meager few in Saurashtra to over 1000 mm in southern part.
Pennar, also known as Uttara Pinakini, is one of the major rivers of the peninsula. Pennar rises in the Chenna Kasawa hill of the Nandidurg range, in Chikkaballapura district of Karnataka and flows towards east, eventually draining into the Bay of Bengal. The total length of the river from origin to its outfall in the Bay of Bengal is 597 kilometers. Located in peninsular India, the Pennar basin extends over states of Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka, having an area of approximately 55,000 sq. km. The fan-shaped basin is bounded by the Erramala range on the north, by the Nalamala and Velikonda ranges of the eastern Ghats on the east, by the Nandidurg hills on the south and by the narrow ridge separating it from the Vedavati valley of the Krishna basin on the west. The other hill ranges in the basin to the south of the river are the Sheshachalam, famous for red sandals, and Palakonda ranges. The major part of basin is covered with agriculture accounting to 58.64% of.
Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra comprise the Himalayan river systems. The Himalayan rivers existed even before the formation of Himalayas, i.e. before the collision of Indian plate with the Eurasian plate. Antecedent drainage, they were flowing into the Tethys Sea. These rivers had their source in the now Tibetan region. The deep gorges of the Indus, the Sutlej, the Brahmaputra etc. clearly indicate that these rivers are older than the Himalayas. They continued to flow throughout the building phase of the Himalayas, their banks rising steeply while the beds went lower and lower due to vertical erosion, thus cutting deep gorges. Thus, many of the Himalayan rivers are typical examples of antecedent drainage. Kosi is an antecedent river with its source to the north of Mount Everest in Tibet, where its main stream Arun rises. The Kosi River consists of 7 streams, namely Sut Kosi, Tamba Kosi, Talkha, Dudh Kosi, Bhotia Kosi, Arun and Tambar, and is popularly known as Sapta Koshi. These streams flow through eastern Nepal, which is known as the Sapt Koshak region, length 729 kilometers. Countries: India, Nepal. The sources of 7 streams of the Kosi are located in snow-covered areas which also receive heavy rainfall. After crossing the central Himalayas in Nepal, it is joined by the Sun Kosi from the west and the Tama Kosi from the east. It forms Sapt Kosi after uniting with the river Arun. Consequently, huge volume of water flows with tremendous speed. 7 streams mingle with each other to form 3 streams named the Tumar, Arun and Sun Kosi. Tributaries of Koshi River: Sut Kosi, Tamba Kosi, Talkha Dud Kosi, Botia Kosi, Aruntambar.
The Subarnarekha originates from the Ranchi Plateau in Jharkhand, forming the boundary between West Bengal and Odisha in its lower course. It joins Bay of Bengal, forming an estuary between the Ganga and Mahanadi deltas. It flows through the Indian states of Jharkhand, West Bengal and Odisha. Its total length is 395 kilometers. Tributaries: the prominent tributaries of the Subarnarekha are Khakai, Roro, Kanchi, Yamunotri, Damra, Karu, Chinguru, Karakari, Gurm, Gara, Singaduba, Kodia, Dulunga and Khajuri. The Khakai meets the Subarnarekha at Sonari, Domuhani, a neighborhood of Jamshedpur, fishing at Subarnarekha River near Dumuhani, confluence of Subarnarekha and Khakai. Handru Falls. Handru Falls is created on the course of the Subarnarekha, where it falls from a height of 98 meters, 322 feet.
Indus River, locally called Sindhu, is one of the longest rivers in Asia. Originating in the Tibetan plateau in the vicinity of Lake Manasarovar, India got her name from Indus. The Indus Valley civilization was born around this river. Its length is about 2,900 kilometers. Its total drainage area is about 1,165,000 square km, more than half of it lies in semi-arid plains of Pakistan. It is joined by Dhar River near Indo-China border. It flows in northwest direction from its source, glaciers of Kailash Range in Tibet near Lake Manasarovar, till the Nanga Parbat Range. After entering J&K, it flows between the Ladakh and the Zaskar ranges. It flows through the regions of Ladakh, Baltistan and Gilgit. The gradient of the river in J&K is very gentle, about 30 centimeters per kilometer. Average elevation at which the Indus flows through JK is about 4,000 meters above sea level. Important tributaries below are Tak, Kuram, Tak and the Job Bomal. 5 eastern tributaries, J